Welcome to Floracast, the podcast for greenhouse growers. Floracast is brought to you by Greenhouse Grower Magazine, in conjunction with the University of New Hampshire, North Carolina State University, Kansas State University, and Cornell University. Thanks to this podcast sponsor, Fine Americas. This week's podcast is from Brian Whipker of North Carolina State University.
Hello, let's talk further about expanding your PGR toolbox. This podcast is the second in a series about new developments with plant growth regulators. There are three primary areas the new chemicals have focused on: growth control, covered here, and in an earlier podcast we covered how to enhance branching and drought stress control. Sumagic. Valent has expanded the use label for Sumagic to include vegetable transplants. This fills a void in PGR coverage that occurred when vegetables were dropped from the B9 label. Sumagic can be applied to eggplant, ground cherry, pepino, peppers, tomatillos, and tomatoes. Applying Sumagic will result in shorter plants which have thicker stems. As seen here, plants at the right received 5 parts per million Sumagic, and they were more compact and had thicker stems. Thicker caliber stems of tomatoes also occurred with 3 applications of Sumagic when applied at 2.5 parts per million each. Key uses for Sumagic. Follow the label recommendations as listed at www.valent.com. The recommended spray concentration range is between 2 and 10 parts per million. Make sure you make uniform applications at 2 quarts per 100 square feet of growing area. Make sure the initial application is done at the 2 to 4 true leaf stage of development. Sequential applications are possible at the lowest rate, but no later than 14 days after the 2 to 4 true leaf stage. Also remember the total amount applied cannot exceed 10 parts per million. Piccolo 10XC. Piccolo 10XC is a new high-concentrated paclobutrazole being introduced by Fine. The formulation is 10x stronger and comes in a smaller size container. This new formulation is clear, and thus avoids the need to vigorously shake the jug as is required for all other 0.4% paclobutrazole formulations on the marketplace. The degree of growth control was similar with 10XC and regular Piccolo when applied as a 2 mg AI drench to potted sunflowers. A similar degree of control also occurred with higher drench rates on potted sunflowers. For coleus, growth control was similar with both Piccolo 10XC and Bonsai when applied as both a drench at 1 and 2 mg AI per pot. A similar degree of control also occurred with Salvia. Foliar sprays to coleus also provided a similar degree of control with either Piccolo 10XC or Bonsai. Salvia also responded similarly to Piccolo 10XC and Bonsai as a foliar spray. Piccolo 10XC has been trialed throughout the U.S. by university researchers, and they found similar efficacies with both Piccolo and Piccolo 10XC. Spray and drench recommendations are similar to Piccolo. You just need to use 1/10 of the amount of product. The expected availability will be in spring 2011. Key points. Growers now have a PGR registered for use on vegetable transplants. The reformulation of Piccolo 10XC also overcomes the settling out challenge which occurs with all other paclobutrazole formulations. It is great to have more options available to customize plant growth. These new options will make your PGR toolbox even better.
Thanks for downloading this episode of the Floracast series, and thanks to our sponsor, Fine Americas. Help your plants shape up before they ship out with proven PGRs from Fine Americas. Manufactured under the strictest ISO 9001 standards, Fine PGRs offer uncompromising quality, superb growth control, and unbeatable value. Visit fine-americas.com or call 888-474-3463 for a distributor near you. Come back next week for the next edition of the Floriculture Podcast series.